Good morning to you. It's Sunday, the 25th of March 2018. Yes, gang, it is now 3 months since Christmas. Oh, 3 months since Christmas. Can you believe that? 3 months since Christmas. Well, did you manage to survive the plus 1 hour? Yes, we are now on British summertime, gang. Plus 1. Fortunately, I was able to get home quick from work last night, so I managed to get 5 hours sleep before I got up at 7:20 for church this morning. And they'll all be moaning on the radio later. You watch. Oh, why do we have to keep putting the clocks forwards and backwards? Moan, 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 dear. In fact, they're moaning in the newspapers already this morning at this. Now, check this out. Now, are they moaning? Right, this time, are they moaning that the clocks are going forward or backwards? No, this is a new moan. This is a new moan for the digital age. A new moan for the digital age. Good morning, by the way. Here we go. The clocks have gone forward, which means British people have lost an hour in bed last night. Oh, if you were with that special person, I bet that was upsetting. Unfortunately, once again for me, alone, so it didn't make much difference. That hour, you know, was it? Oh, can I kiss? Oh, there's no one there. Oh, can I just have a little? Oh, there's no one there. I'm thinking actually of taking another pillow into my bed. I've got a large bed, nice large bed, like a starfish in there, like a starfish. I'm thinking of taking another pillow in there and drawing a face on it, so it's like having someone next to you. Does that work for any of you who are on your own? Have you ever hugged a pillow and imagined that it could be, you know, one of the Portuguese football team around about 30 years old with tattoos and a very short haircut? Not that I'm saying that's my type. Have you cuddled a pillow before and pretended it was someone else? I bet you have, haven't you? I'm waiting for those robots to come. You know the robots? Oh, yeah, couple of £100, you can buy someone. That's it. I suppose you have to plug it in now and again to recharge it, but that's just, you know, for cooking someone a meal, read, plug in and recharge. Same thing. What's the difference? And I bet you'll never lose an argument. How wonderful is that? Yeah, how many of you are with people and you lose arguments? Yes. Won't happen with a robot, will it? Couple of £100. Yep, up you come. Anyway, they're moaning already in the paper this morning about the clocks. Not the fact that they've gone forward. No, it goes. Previously, this is in this morning's Daily Mail. Previously, the clocks changing left many people confused as they often forgot to move their clocks forward an hour from 1 a.m. Yet now, that worry has largely vanished as many digital types, including smartphones, correct themselves, as you well know. But they're not happy with that. They're not happy. Look, here we go. But this hasn't been appreciated by everyone, with social media users quick to point out that their phones automatically move the time, and it's taken the fun away from when people used to forget to change their clocks. How can that be fun? How can it be fun to forget to move your clock either forward or backwards, depending whether it's October or April or whatever it is, March? How can that be fun? So they're moaning now the fact that they haven't got to do anything anymore. That's because they were so thick in the first place that they had to do it themselves. Now I don't need to do it. I've got nothing to do. These sad, lonely people, they must sit there for, the government has taken something away from us again. We used to enjoy putting our clock forward and back. There's some very strange people out there, dear. You know, I was very careful when I got in from work early this morning. One of the first things I did was adjust this clock, okay, to the correct time. That one's not automatic. I had to physically adjust that. Turn a little plastic thing at the back there, right? Because last year I'd done a show on I think it was a Sunday. Yeah, of course it would have been a Sunday when the clocks had gone back. I'd forgot to do the clock. Well, you would have thought the world had ended from the messages coming through. Oh, you haven't changed your clock. Moan, 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 moan. I can't stand people that moan, dear. You never hear me moaning, do you? Never once. Manually correcting clocks was ingrained into the British with the saying spring forward, fall back. We've never said fall back. Where did they get that from in the Daily Mail? Spring forward, get fall back. Fall? We don't have fall here. We have autumn. I failed to see a flag with another star indicating that we've become an American state. I don't think so. We have autumn, not fall. I don't know where they got that from in the Daily Mail this morning. You see, it is true. Not everything in the Daily Mail is correct. Spring forward, fall back. I've never heard anything like it. It's being used as a way of remembering which way to change the time. No, it isn't. That is the biggest load of crap I've ever heard in all my life. Never heard that expression. Have you? Someone's made that up. It carries on. But with a move to digital clocks and new technology, which automatically corrects itself, there is no longer as much of a need to fret over whether the time has been changed correctly. Fret. Who's writing this crap? Oh dear. Another said, I forgot the clocks had gone forward. It hadn't set automatically on my alarm clock, but it thankfully has on my phone. Hallelujah! Praise the Lord! However, not everyone is happy about technology making the time change for them. Mobile phones take all the fun out of the clocks going forward and back. They change automatically so you don't get halfway through the day before you remember. I mean, how stupid can you be to get halfway through the day and then remember that you haven't moved your clock? You must be really thick. I don't know the name of this person. Here's another one. Kristin Turner on Twitter. Yeah, another one of those Twitter people. I'm not one of those. Tat, 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 tat. Oh, Twitter. Oh, what are they doing? Oh, what are they doing? Tat, 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 tat. Another keyboard warrior. I appreciate my phone automatically going forward an hour, but I'm getting really confused seeing other clocks around the house. Let me just do it manually. No, really? And you felt it necessary to post that on your Twitter feed? How sad are you? How sad are you, Christian Turner, at Christian_Turner, 6H. What's that 6H? Oh, is that 6 hours ago? I don't know. Not on there. Alan Lee, gone are the days when you could go into work an hour late on Sunday after clocks going forward because you forgot to change your phone. My daughter's Snapwatch updates itself. How exciting, Alan Lee 15 on Twitter. I mean, how sad are these people? Another continued. Many social media users didn't trust their smartphone and changed the time. Am I the only one who stays awake until 1 a.m. on the night the clocks go forward just to make sure that my phone automatically adjusts the time? Yes, you are, you saddo. Yes, you are the only one who stays up till 1 just to check your phone has automatically moved it till 1 o'clock. God, there's some sad people out there. There really is. Others were in agreement. Me, aware that technological advances exist and smartphones can automatically update to reflect clocks going forward. Also, me, immediately ringing 123 the instant I wake up to check my phone hasn't stitched me. I mean, a sad, sad people, aren't they? Sad, sad people. It was a bit quieter at church this morning, actually. I think some people hadn't done their clocks at the church, but there we are. Father David didn't look very happy at all today. Something's pissed him off. I'm telling you now, Father David in church this morning did not look happy. I don't know who's upset him. Probably someone moaning. Because he gets all the... People moan at people, don't they? People moan at them. People moan at the priest. They do. And they usually do it by, anonymous email. For example, he was saying... Next Sunday, I won't be there next Sunday because I'm going away. But next Sunday, they have at 11 o'clock a folk mass. Guitars and tambourines and drums. And it's all very happy, happy, happy. But he says, and if you don't want to come, if you don't like that sort of thing, please don't come. Because I can guarantee Sunday, when I get back in the office, there'll be all these emails from people saying, oh, we didn't like that. Oh, we didn't like that. So there you go. Now, you know it's on. If you want the traditional mass, come at 9 o'clock. If you want the folk mass with the children singing and nice people singing and guitars and tambourines and drums and maybe even a triangle for those people that are unable to play any sort of instruments altogether. And let's hope there's no recorders. Oh, not recorders. Farah Jacka. I mentioned that the other week, didn't I? Farah Jacka on the recorder. What an annoying tune that is. And Greensleeves as well. Boring tunes. I hope they won't have any of those at church next week. Ghastly instruments, dear. Recorders. And he said, if you don't want to come, don't come. Come to the 9 o'clock one. Don't come and then complain to me on the emails. Oh, didn't like that this week. Moan and moan and moan. I'm so glad that I don't moan about anything. I really am. So that was Father David. A nice cycle to church this morning. It's not warm, you know, but it's certainly not cold. I had a lighter jacket on this morning. And on the way home, I was cycling. I got near my house, and there's a lady, just not a council work person, walking around with one of those sticks. Now, I've got one of these, and they pick up the rubbish. Oh, they're wonderful. And they're really good for upsetting people as well. You know, upsetting friends and maybe small children in the house. Get yourself one on Amazon, and it's downstairs. You don't want me to go. I won't go down and get it now. But it's like a long thing, and it's got a handle, and you do that, and jaws close at the other end, and you pick up bits of rubbish or cans or bottles. Now, I've got one of these. Please don't think this is sad, but I do walk around where I live picking up bits of rubbish from disgusting people who have chucked it everywhere. Oh, yes. You know what I found the other day? An entire frame for a trampoline that had been chucked in the bushes and had grown over, so it must have been there a while, and I dragged that out. Of course, I can't get that in my car. Even my car's not big enough for one of those things, so I rested it near like a bin outside, you know, like a bin in the street, and that was taken away when the bin man comes. But dirty, disgusting. They have half a can of lager and then they chuck the lager. They chuck the can in the bushes. I filled up 3 carrier bags for the rubbish last time. Well, I thought I was the only one that doing it. No, there's another lady that does it. I was cycling around and I saw this lady. She's picking up rubbish. I said, oh, hello. I said, I'm glad I'm not the only one doing it. Oh, she said, where do you do it? I said, I'm the house over there. So I pointed. She says, oh, right, okay. She says, yes, I've been doing this for ages. She said, do you know, she picks up dog poo in little bags. Now, I don't understand that. I don't understand why you'd let your dog poo, pick it up in a little plastic bag, and then chuck it in the bushes. What's that about? I mean, how stupid can you be? Ignorant. I don't think stupid is the word. Ignorant is the word. The idea is that you collect and then you put it in a bin somewhere. I mean, if you're going to just chuck it in the bushes, you'd be better off letting the dog foul the grass and letting the rain wash it away. Once it's in a plastic bag, it's there for 200 years, dear. You know, can you just imagine, you know, your children's children walking around in the bushes, picking up and walking on that bag of dog poo that you've chucked in the bushes, dear. No. She said, I picked up 60 bags of dog poo from the bushes one week. Isn't that disgusting? Why are people like that? And you see them, you know, fast food restaurants are a lot to deal with. Not McDonald's. I won't blame McDonald's at all. They actually employ people. You may have seen them. They go outside their little restaurants picking up rubbish that people have dropped on the ground, you know. Entire bags full of rubbish. And, you know, what they shouldn't have to do that. They shouldn't have to employ people to walk around their restaurant and pick up rubbish. Why did you drop it in the first place, you disgusting piece of filth? Why do they do it? Anyway, I go around as well with my little thing. But these things have a double advantage, because when they're not picking up rubbish, if you have small children around you, you can grab their legs and arms with it. I might take it up north. for my great nieces and great nephews to play with. They hate them. You know, they're walking along and suddenly you grab their leg or arm with one of these things. Chris! I love it. So there we are. That's the woman picking up the rubbish. Now let's say hello to some of you this morning who got the... Let's start on YouTube today. Who's on YouTube? Good morning to Joanna. Morning, Joanna. Morning, Andrew Parker, who enjoyed the karaoke on Friday. Thank you, Andrew. I'm glad you enjoyed the karaoke. Good morning to Baz. You look like you bite the pillow. I do. If you are the one that wants to make me bite the pillow, I might be interested. Please send a photograph first, though, Baz, because I may have to reject you if you're one of those ugly people, darling, okay? Andrew said I had to change my watch, wall clock, microwave, telephone, mobile phone, and my alarm clock. Oh, you must be worn out after that, Andrew, are you? You worn out. You don't go have your sit down, put your feet up and watch the rest of the show, darling, all right? Joanna says, we've said that for years in the States. I'm sure you're... What have you said for years in the States? What have you said? Spring forward, fall back. Well, I'm sure you have. But we don't say that here. That's just made up in the Daily Mail. We don't say that in the UK. Load of old rubbish. Over on Facebook, Alan Russell gets the first message in this morning. Good morning, Alan. He popped into the karaoke on the Friday. Didn't sing a song, though, did you? Alan's got this habit of turning up and then hanging around for 2 hours, and then at 1 minute to the end of the karaoke, he says, oh, any chance of me singing a song? No. Too late. Oh, can you just squeeze me in? No, not without taking someone else. No, put your songs in early. Oh, yeah, but I don't know if I want to do one. Well, put it in. Here's the thing, Alan. Put your song in when you get there, and when I call you, if you don't want to do that, that's fine. I'd take you out. But put it in. Once it's in, you're in the system. If you leave it too late, I can't get you in the system, you see. All right, Alan. Good morning to Sean Riches, who's there this morning. Good morning, Sean. I was having a little bit of a conversation with him earlier as well. Morning, Sean. Diane Jebb. Hello, lovely Heidi. In Earl's Court, posh part of the world, Earl's Court. We can only dream of affording to live in Earl's Court. We can, really. Louise and Karen are there. Hello, Ben. Hello, Colin. Good morning, Colin. Who else is there this morning? Hamza. Good morning, Hamza. You're new to the show, aren't you? Welcome along to the show. AD James. Good morning, AD. How's your little baby? AD James. Daddy AD. Daddy AD. Morning, Chris. Gabrielle is the baby, and I are watching your show. Gabrielle is dancing to the intro music. Which one? The first one or the second? Antonio, one of our wonderful karaoke singers in Italia. Ciao, Bella. Hope to get back to your singing karaoke this summer. We have a microphone waiting for you, Antonio. We have a microphone waiting for you. There we are. Good morning to Joan. Hello, Joan. Hope you're well, Joan. Did I tell you I rung up the Golden Lion, Joan? I did offer the Tuesday back there, but they declined, unfortunately. Probably fed up with me because I wouldn't go back there when they wanted. But there you go, one of those things. So I did try, darling, did try. AD Dumitru says stop. What do you want me to stop? What do you want me to stop? Do you not like the show? Well, instead of commenting, why don't you just turn off? Simple as that, mate. Simple as that. Poor Louise, when the pub shut at 5 a.m. when it was really only 4. Oh, desperate to get another drink, aren't you, my love? Oh, dear. There's one bloke I worked with, and the clocks, when it went back, he'd had another hour. Oh, and when it's like 5 in the morning, not funny. Not funny at all. Where are we going now? Let me turn. My mate Ron says that you need to learn to multitask, because when you're looking at the screen going up, you're going, all right, I'm just going up. You can't do two things at the same time like that. You can't try and read messages and talk about something completely different at the same time as well. Good morning, Reese. I need a Thank you, Reese, for that comment. I know what one of those is, you naughty person. Karazon speaks in foreign tongue there. I don't know what that means, but good morning to you, sir. Hello to the lovely Mari, who's got a nice furry panda in my bed. Oh, I saw pandas on the telly the other day. There were baby pandas on the television the other day. Loads of them. All on little blankets. Oh, they were so cute. They were like cats. Could you have a panda as a pet? If you got it as a baby and let it grow up with you, surely that would be like a pet. Because you hear people with lions, don't you, and tigers. They've had them from cubs and treated them like cats. But if they get pissed off, oh dear, that's it, mate. You know, it's not like having a little cat on your lap, you know, gets a little bit upset, you know, it might take a swipe at you like that and you let it go. No, this thing will eat you. Wouldn't it? Eat. Some of you will make very large meals. I can see you from here. Oh, dear me. Reese is calling me I am a litter picker. In my spare time, I'm a litter picker. Alan says we had a murder here last week. 2 police dog handlers let their dogs fail on the grass and didn't pick. Did you report them? Good morning to Jerry. Shania is at church. Have you got headphones, Shania? You can have me on in the church, dear, when the sermon's on. It would be so much more interesting. We didn't have a sermon today because we had the long passion thing today. Good. Daryl Cole's there. Good morning, Darren. Good morning, lovely Daryl. You all right, sir? And Joe is there as well. So good morning to all of you this morning. There we are. What else have we got? So yesterday I recorded my music and chat show yesterday. Now that's going to change shortly. Now, I have been going on uploadradio.com. Okay? Upload Radio is where the show has been and will be for the next 2 weeks. Upload Radio. Now, the thing is with that, I have to record the show. I can't do it live. Also, it's 20 quid. Okay? This is not a paid job, the radio. Think, oh, you're on the DAB radio. No, but I am paying on it. Now, their setup is very good. It works very well. But it hasn't worked, I don't think, as well as they wanted it to work. So you would send your show up and then it would be broadcast at the said time, 10 o'clock on Monday mornings. It would be, as well as online, it would also go on 3 DAB stations, as indeed it will do tomorrow. The DAB stations are in South London, Surrey and parts of Berkshire, okay? Liverpool, Wrexham and Chester, and North Yorkshire. So 3 DAB stations it would go on. Now, we got an email from them last week saying that they're not really making money, so they're going to have to come off 2 of the DAB stations, namely the South London one and the North Yorkshire one, which only leaves Wrexham, Liverpool and Chester. Okay, just that one DAB, and of course online, so most people would listen to the show online. And for 20 quid and going on 3 DABs, I thought, yeah, that's not too bad. For 20 quid to go on one, which isn't even in London and online, I thought, ooh, suddenly that's not as an attractive offer. Do you see what I mean? So I've looked around, and I think I'm probably going to go on Reach FM, which is an online-only station. Okay, it's an online-only station, but that doesn't matter. Again, there is a charge for that one, but it's like 9 quid a month. Not 20 quid a show, it's 9 quid a month. And the biggest thing for me for that is you do it live. Okay, so I can sit here just as I'm doing this. Presumably you're watching the show live. So I know some people watch it recorded. Some people say, how do you know if it's live or recorded? Well, just look at the time. Is that the time now? Then you know it's live, yeah? So that's the biggest thing for me, is that I can do it live. And it's all automatic. They've got this wonderful software, because I've been on there before. They've got this wonderful software, and you fire it up and it counts down. It counts down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're on. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Chris Reardon Show here on Reach FM. And you just start, and it's all live. What's the difference between live and recorded? Well, I know most people prefer to listen to a live show. Also, you're always ready for something to go wrong or something like that. Not that that was any different on my recorded show, because if something goes wrong on a recorded show, I just leave it. So it is as live, but it's not. Do you see what I mean? So that's a big thing to me. They've got this wonderful software that ticks over and just works, because I've used it before. about 3 or 4 years ago. Before I started doing the daily chat shows, I was doing like a daily music and chat show. So I'll still do the Monday, hopefully at 10 o'clock. But I think probably that's where I'm going to try and go on there. There are hundreds and hundreds of online radio stations that you can go on, but most of them require someone to be sitting somewhere waiting for your program to start and then pushing up a button. Well, easily forgotten. That's the trouble with that sort of thing. It's easily forgotten. Oh, so you might be sitting there doing your show and you go, oh, I'm really sorry, Chris, I've forgotten to push the fader up. I forgot that you were going to be there at 10 o'clock. Do you see what I mean? So that's why I'd rather go down the automatic route of knowing that at 10 o'clock, something will click on and I'll be, and then it'll work. So that's very likely so that's what's going to happen to the music and chat show. I think I'll probably keep it exactly as it is now. That's like music from all time, bit of Barry Manilow, bit of classical, Mirable Moment. I'm going to keep it exactly as it is, except live and on another station. So that will happen within the next 2 weeks, okay? But for now, for the next 2 weeks, I'll carry on doing the show as a recording on Upload. I did send a little email to Upload Radio asking them if it would be the same price. And whether it was possible to do it live or not, but they haven't come back to me yet. So I think probably that's the route I'm going to take there. All right. So and that to be even more fun. How can you have even more fun than usual? That's a thing. Good morning, Jason. Where put your shower? Oh, Gorgeous FM. Really? Hello, Jason. Good morning. Let's have a look. We are for the LGBT communities of Wolverhampton, Back County. DAB and Birmingham. Oh, really? Have you heard my little show? Jason? That is the question, dear. Am I gay enough, dear? I mean, if I was to do a show on Gorgeous FM, someone might think, this was some straight bloke in there, dear. It's very, very difficult to tell that I'm gay, as you well know. I don't stick out. All right, Jason, I'll pop over a little message to you when I've had my dinner a little bit later on, and we'll chat on there, okay? So we'll see how that goes. All right, okay. 10 o'clock Monday morning I was after, 10 to 11. That's what I was after. Right? Anyway, we'll come to that a little bit later on. All right, well, I had no idea, Jason, that you was something to do with that. How thick am I? Oh, we got a couple of private messages there. Let me see what we got there. Sean says, on the subject of the fact that you've got no one to take to bed with you, what about a scarecrow? Oh, no. Can you imagine all that itching? It's bad enough now. Actually, it's not bad enough now. I've got a lovely... I used to have a mattress topper, and it was a cheap one. I think it cost about 25 quid on one of those... Voucher, voucher.co.uk and special offer type things on the internet. I ordered it from there. Anyway, this mattress topper came. PMs, private messages asking for dates. No, I don't think so, Andrew. The date didn't happen the other week either, did it? Oh no, as usual, backed out at the last minute. Who cares? I've got you to talk to anyway, so it don't matter. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so I got this cheap mattress topper. And it was all right to start with. It was very thick. And if you've not got a mattress topper, let me tell you what it is. So you got your bed, you got your base. Yeah? Then you got your mattress in the middle. And then on top, you've got this really soft thing. Now, it can be made out of a variety of different things, depending on how much you want to spend. You can have like little foam balls like that. Tiny little balls in there, filling up the mattress. You can have feathers. I've got feathers. You can have feathers. I think there's some other stuff. There's some really expensive ones. I was in Harrods about a year ago, this is. And me and my mate, we'd gone there for... What had we gone there for? I think we'd gone there for an afternoon tea. I think we'd gone there for an afternoon tea at Harrods. Anyway, so then we'd had our after, and then we're walking through and having a look around. Went through the bedding department, and hanging up was like a thin mattress top. It's quite thin. And my mate's gone over to it. He said, "Oh, this one's quite nice. What do you reckon on this?" And started bashing it. Well, this old bag come running over, didn't she? Like that. Running over she was, and she. She said, can I help you at all, sir? I said, yes, we're just looking at this mattress to buy. How much is this one, please? She said, that one's £20,000. But not wishing to look like peasants. Oh, okay, well, that's not too bad. I said, and what's that filled with? Oh, it's feathers from... So I said, oh, no, I don't think I'll have any of that. And she says, well, what's wrong with that? And my mate piped up, oh, no, he's vegetarian. He don't like anything to do with damage to animals, which I don't. I hate animal cruelty. And oh, God, don't even go there. And she said, oh, no, well, the feathers are collecting from their neck. The crap she came out with, dear. The crap she came out with. You know how they get those feathers? They're pluck, 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 pluck from chickens and things like that. I'm sure they are. Anyway, so we walked off, managing to get out of it without looking like peasants. Do you know what I mean? I mean, who spends £20,000 on a bloody mattress topper? You can get 7 cars from that. Can't you? A nice first class flight to Australia and back is only 12 grand. I say only. Not business first. Business to Australia is about 3.5 grand. First class, I think, is about 12 grand, something like that. God. No, I haven't got that one. So the cheap one I had, so I put it on the bed and it was nice. A couple of nights it was all right. But then, you know what? You know, you'd turn over and, oh, what's that? You know, a feather had come through. The end of the feather had come through. Because, you know, if you get a feather, you know, it's all nice and soft around the outside. And then you get the bit in the middle. Didn't you? And it scratches you as you turn over. Very annoying. Anyway, and of course, once you've noticed it, you might be 4 a.m, you've just woken up, and you turn, oh, what's that? And you can feel that feather. Well, you can't ignore it, can you? No. You've got to remove that feather. And you start pulling it. I can't get the damn thing through. Then you have to get out of the bed, take that bit of sheet off and get to the mattress top and then pull it through, chuck it out the window and go back to sleep. Well, this kept it. As the nights went on, this was happening more and more. I thought, I can't stand this. You know, little feathers pushing their way through my expensive sheets, dear. Very annoying. So I went out and so I had a look on the John Lewis website, you know. So remember, I bought this one for 25 quid. I put that in the spare room, on the bed in the spare room. I've got a spare room instead. If you ever want to get away from someone, you know, if you are a huge television star, because they're all watching this program, you know. Oh, yes, all watching. If you're a huge television star and you need somewhere to escape from the media, and if you're watching this program, let me know. You can stay in my spare room. Only £500 a night with mattress topper. Cheap. No, I haven't got it anymore. My sister nicked that one. My sister nicked it. The cheap one she nicked. I kid you not. Her and her husband came round once, about 6 months ago. And so they're on the cheap mattress topper because I've got now the John Lewis one. I'll come to that in a minute. So they're on the mattress topper in there. And in the morning, my sister's husband said, you know, that's the best night's sleep I have had for years. I said, well, it must be the mattress topper. And my sister said, she said, yeah, I think it was. I said, well, you might as well take that one. She said, really? I said, yeah, I've got one in there. Hardly anyone stays here anyway. Anyway, so I've come downstairs. Well, I've popped out to the shop. I've come back again, and I've come back upstairs. Got in the room. I'm like, where's that mattress? Oh, I've put it in the car. She couldn't wait to get that out of the house, dear. She couldn't wait to get it. Whoosh! It was gone, mate. No second chance. What if I'd have changed my mind? She couldn't wait to get that out of that car. It's straight in her car, it was. So there isn't a mattress topper next door if you want to stay here. You'll have to keep in with me. But that'd be worth it because I've got, oh yes, the John Lewis mattress topper with special thing on the top so that those feathers can't get through. They poke and they poke and they poke. It's some sort of feather-proof material on the. It's like 2 layers. So you've got the mattress topper and a layer of something on top, which is attached to the mattress topper with buttons. Wonderful, dear. So soft. Oh, and I like this. Rarely are you uncomfortable in my bed. I'm telling you that now. Wonderful. That was 160 quid. But let me tell you, it's money's worth spent. And I bought that. I actually bought that just before Christmas a couple of years ago. Not last Christmas, the Christmas before. So that's right. So anyway, one more bit about the mattress topper. I said to my sister just a couple of days ago, I said, how's that mattress topper doing? She said, oh, we might get a new one. And I thought, oh, the feathers must be coming through. It's upset her now. I said, why is that doing? She said, well, it's all gone flat. And I thought to myself, we'll lose some bloody weight then, dear. You know. She's managed to flatten the weight mattress topper. How do you do that? How can you flatten a mattress topper? The pair of them need to lose some weight, that's why. God's sake, man. A flattened mine hasn't gone flat. Even when I was 30, nearly 14 stone. About 9 months ago, I nearly got to 14 stone. I'm 12 now. But even when I was 14 stone, the mattress topper never went flat. Anyway, let's do some messages. Have you got? I've honestly so comfortable on a mattress. If you've got a bit of a hard bed, okay, get yourself a John Lewis mattress topper. Please don't buy a cheap one. You'll be disappointed when those feathers start coming through. Let me think. It's a down-proof mattress topper. Let me see if that comes up on the Google thing. Down-proof mattress topper. Let's type that in. Down-proof mattress. I don't know how to spell mattress. Down-proof mattress topper. Mattress topper at Argos. Mattress topper. Goose. No. Oh, no, it doesn't come up. Don't really say down-proof. Proof. No. There's one. Dust mite proof. No, careful. There's definitely one in John Lewis. But it's going to cost you about 160 quid. Highly, highly recommended. It's so soft and nice when you get into bed. And now and again, take it off, shake it like a sheet, shake it and turn it around and put it back on again. It says you don't have to turn it around, but I do. I turn the bed over. Do you turn the bed over? It's very heavy, my bed. It's difficult to do. I can't see me doing that. As I get older, I probably won't be able to do that. I don't suppose. Good morning to the lovely William in Sydney, Australia. He does proper radio, William, and telly. He does telly. He meets all the stars, don't you, William? Never met Linda Gray, though, have you? Eh? Sue Ellen from Dallas? Never met her, have you, my love? No. And who did I meet last week? Sherry Houston. Miss Temple Savage from Benidorm. Yes, I'm hoping to get Darren in the studio at one point. Darren Litton, who writes the Benidorm script. Did you see it this week? I was watching it yesterday afternoon on recording. Benidorm this week. Oh, how he let the funniest line. And it's funny, you watch these comedy programmes and people are very clever writing funny lines. And then one just hits you from nowhere. And the one that got me, and it's the funniest line of the whole series so far, and it was so simple. All it was who's the little lady? The little lady who likes doing all the pervy things. What's her name? She's a wonderful character. I love her, and her husband died in real life. Actually, her husband on the programme. What was his name? Big lad. He died last year for real. So she's on her own there now. And she was there. She had this, what looked like an old rusty toolkit. And she's taken over the hairdressers, you see. And she's given this bloke a shave. Anyway, the two have come in. Kenneth, he's the big fat gay one. And his little friend who's just one. I love that character. The boy. the boy who's not quite with it. He's just such a wonderful, warm character. And they're standing there, and she's doing the shave, and she's looked over. She said, "Oh, hi, Kenneth. Hi, how are you now?" And the boy, they're horrified that this person in the chair is being shaved with a rusty old blade like that. Being shaved by a rusty old blade. And she's looking round at them now, talking. And the boy has said to Kenneth, "My God, look, she's not even looking. She's just doing this." And that just had me in hysterics. I had a mouthful of food, what got spat out, dear, onto the plate. Just bleeding marvellous. Absolutely marvellous, Benidorm. So I am hoping that he can find some time to come in here, and we're doing like a question and answer thing if you want. He's a very good friend of mine, and used to come where I used to DJ. You see, I used to DJ at a place called the Black Cat, and I met many, many wonderful, wonderful people in there. Some who have gone on now and achieved great things. Some who have kept in contact. Some who you've tried to contact them when they've got on somewhere, and they just sort of nothing comes back again. But I suppose that's how it is. Who else do I know who's done really well? I know people on the stage in the West End. Yeah. People who now have a pop career. People on the telly. Simon Reeve, Simon Reeve, who does that Australian thing. He used to be a customer on the Black Cat when these were like young people in there, and I was a bit younger as well. And it is wonderful, so wonderful to see people that used to come out and have a little bit of a dance to your music and all that, and how they have grown and got on to wonderful things. Nathan Rayo, he rung in the other week. Nathan Rayo, who's he? He's the one that writes the big horror stories about weather forecasts on the front page of the Express, the Star, the Sun, I think he does. What's the other one? Daily Mail. He does them all. He writes his, those stories, hottest summer for 200 years, coldest winter ever since time began. That's him. He writes all those stories, and he's a wonderful chap. And he did this morning as well, when he was doing on the maps and the weather maps on there. Such a nice person. So many people over the years have achieved great things, and it really is wonderful to see that. It really is. Some people are jealous of that. Why would you be jealous of someone who's done so well? Lily Savage. Lily Savage, look at her. I used to go and watch her at a place in Wimbledon called the Dog and Fox on a Sunday night. And she'd have her dog. That dog. She had this glove puppet dog. Hilarious. And look how well she's done now. People fawning over themselves to give her a job. I worked with her a couple of times, and lovely, real down-to-earth, nice person. Really is. Back onto some of your messages then. Over on the YouTube there. Do. 1 moment, please. Just coming down there. There we are. Hello to Midnight, watching on Periscope. Hello from America, New Jersey. Not sure which is the better of the two pictures, the Queen or Barry Manilow. Ah, there you go. Wonderful people. A proper star, a mega star. Not Cheryl Cole, dear. Not Cheryl Cole or someone like that. Not Destiny's Child. Not Beyonce. Barry Manilow. Proper star. And of course, Her Royal Highness the Queen. 92 years old. Has she got there yet, or is she just about to get there? 92 years old, I kid you not. And she still walks around with those beautiful handbags. Oh, my sister would die for one of those handbags. She would. Andrew bought a new mattress last year and got a good Silent Night mattress topper for it. Oh, Silent Night do a mattress topper as well, do they? Okay, I didn't know that. I don't know how much those ones are. Let's have a look. Silent Night mattress topper. I certainly don't need another one. Mine's lovely and comfortable. Oh, they do, look. Air Max. So that's probably... Oh, they're not bad. 28 quid. There's one there for 65. Go with... I'd spend as much as you can afford on a mattress topper. Don't, get a 20 quid job. I wouldn't do. Although Andrew says that. How much was yours, Andrew? Do you remember? Where are we going now? Hello to Lee. Good morning, Lee. Welcome along. Too much bouncing. What, on a mattress topper? Or me? Am I bouncing too much this morning? Who's bouncing? The good old days. Mrs. Lily Savage. Yeah, she was very good. I wonder if she'll ever do Lily Savage again. You know, Paul O'Grady. Will he ever do Lily Savage? The dog show isn't really for me. Little pretty dogs and things like that. That doesn't really do it for me. But certainly his chat show was wonderful, wasn't it? Remember the Christmas special with Scylla? Scylla. Surprise, surprise. Yes. Lee says, I bet you're glad that Cheryl has retired from music. You know, I joke really, Lee. I quite liked, I want to fight. But it's like all mime and all fake. I've got a really good mix of Cheryl Cole and Fight for This Love. She's all right, you know, but it's not... I look at some of the pop singers and that, and I think, you're not real, are you? Do you know what I mean? It's all like... it's a bit fake. Bit fake for me. Bit fake. But she's all right. She's all right. Let's have a look. Russ is still in bed this morning. Are you watching me from bed? That's outrageous. William Broughton has met Bobby Crush. Now, he used to play the piano. Well, he plays the piano. He won Opportunity Knocks in the 1970s on Thames Television. Opportunity Knocks. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da, with Huey Green. Yeah, he was a dodgy old character. Huey Green, weren't he? Excuse me, I've got really itchy nose. I'm going to have to blow it. 1 moment, please. I've got nothing to blow my nose on. I've got nothing to blow my nose on. Ow, and I have to use my sleeve in a moment, I think. That's what I'll have to do. Alan's doing a private party next week. Where is that, Alan? Who is that for? Is it for a celebrity? Is it for Star? Eh? Hello to Bashir. Welcome to the show, Bashir. Anne-Marie's there. Good morning. Where have you come back from, Anne-Marie? America? Or the top of a mattress topper? Where have you come back from, Anne-Marie? I was in the penny farthing. Do you remember the penny farthing? Oh my God, what a laugh in there. Because I'll let you into a secret, Anne. When I was DJing in the afternoon and then the evening at the penny farthing, before I'd got to the penny farthing, I'd been out all night at trade. I was completely off my head. Did you know that? And it's true. Of course, we're going back here 25 years. The penny farthing was a pub in Hammersmith, and I used to set up a double CD deck thing on a table in the middle of the pub, against the wall. And I'd have a microphone, and I'd be playing all sorts of strange music and just chatting in between the records. It's very, very similar to this show, actually, but with music. If you listen to the music and chat show I do, that's very similar to what I used to do in Hammersmith penny farthing. And the thing is with that sort of stuff, you know, if you're too careful with what you say, I think sometimes you lose the spontaneity of it. You know? If you was to think about everything you said and worrying about every single person that you might upset one person out of all those people, you'd never say anything at all. And we did have the odd complaint in there. And there was a chap in there who used to come in. He's died many, many years ago now. He died. And he used to come in and he was ill. He was very, very ill. And he was on his way out. And he'd come in and then you might not see him for 2 or 3 weeks. And then he'd come back and he'd walk in or he'd be there while I was setting up and I'd start on him on the microphone straight away. There he was, this poor old bloke getting thinner and thinner sitting in a chair. It was, I can't remember his name actually. And I always remember he was sitting there having a steak dinner with chips and peas. And I picked up the mic. I said, well, so where have you been for the last few... Oh, I've not been well again. Oh, no. I said, oh, please. That's no excuse for not being here. What do you mean you're not being well? I've told you before. You come in your hospital bed. You hire an ambulance, get the hospital to bring you here. You get out of bring the bed in. We can wheel you in, put you in the corner there so you're out of the way and people don't trip over your bed and wires. You can attach yourself to all machines. We don't mind you taking a little bit of electricity to power your oxygen machine. I said, and that's it. But make sure you turn up. I am offended that you haven't been. And he's killing himself laughing, this bloke. So that week a letter arrives, doesn't it? I wish to complain about your DJ. He may have offended the person who was clearly not well. Excuse me, the joke wasn't for you. It was for the person who was unwell, who I tried to make laugh and succeeded. Go away. You know? So there's always someone. But that is very similar to the music and chat show that I do. The stuff I used to go much further than that, believe me. You remember Anne-Marie, don't you? But I'd just come from trade when I got there. You know, I was all wide-eyed and completely off my head. And from there, so that used to be 12 till 3, didn't it? And at 3 o'clock, then I used to go to my mum's house, which was in Roehampton. No, it wasn't. I tell you what, you may know this. So from there, I used to go home and I'd stop for a little while at Barnes Common. Okay? And then from Barnes Common, I'd go to my mum's house and then I'd sit there and have dinner. I'm still away with the fairies. And then I'd go to bed at my mum's house, sleep for a while, get up again, go back to the penny farthing, do the night time, which was never that good, actually. The night time there was never very good. The afternoon was good, but the night time, for some reason, especially when they refurbished it, didn't they? So if I can just explain to other people, the pub was like a front part and a back part. And in the front part was a stage, okay? A little dance. It wasn't a dance floor, but it was a dance area. There was carpet there, but you could jig around there, you know. And the DJ and everything was up this end. Well, some idiot decided to refurbish it and put the DJ and the dance floor and the stage down the back. Not only that, it was facing the wrong way. How am I going to do this? So if that's where you was to come in, okay, right? So you would come in there, the DJ, and before the refurbishment, the DJ stage, all that was here, this bit here. So you'd come in there and it would all be there, right? Here was a wall, right, that went halfway across, so you got this bit as well. And down there was just seating. They moved it. So they put the DJ against this wall, facing that way, so you couldn't even see the door coming in, and the stage and the dance floor here. So you had to walk through all this and, you know, seats and all that there to get through to... Well, of course, no one came to the other end, did they? Because people are lazy. They don't want to walk through. It killed it overnight. How stupid. How can you have the DJ and the act with their backs to the door where you come in? Absolute, and it killed it stone dead, and within a few months it was closed. I think it went on, no, I don't think it was a few months. It might have lasted about another year or not, but eventually it closed. No one went in there anymore. How stupid can you be? The Sunday afternoon carried on, but I went in to see it before we reopened. I said, well, where do you want me to go? Well, you go down. I said, I'm not going down there. I said, that's madness. How can you perform with your back to the audience? So I had them install 2 sockets in the front bit, and basically I had a pub table and I set up on top of that. Because that's where everyone... And you could carry on doing it like that. Unfortunately, everything else had to go down the back. So I'd be doing it because we would have a cabaret act as well on. Someone wonderful like Dockyard Doris, who's sadly no longer with us. And so I'd do my chatting bit with a microphone and all that. I said, okay, it's cabaret time now. If you want to come down the back, we would then have to move everyone from this area down there to see the damn show. I mean, how stupid can you be? But that's what breweries and pubs do. Rather than go in and say, okay, so what do you think we should do? Oh, well, I think you should have the stage over there, have some lights. No, they don't do that. They get a designer in. They get an architect, you know, who they pay thousands of pounds to sit there with a little bits of paper, drawing little squares on there and little protractors and little triangles. And right, so we're going to do it like that, and that will work. Thank you very much. £20,000. And they come in, and they do it, and they muck it up. 4 places I've seen. Four, maybe more. I can think of 4 places completely and totally ruined by designers and architects. The Penny Farthing's one. The Brief Encounter. That was a pub in London. Again, I DJ'd there. Right? They closed it, refurbished it, opened it, and it was smaller than it was before they refurbished it. And how stupid can you be? The venue actually ended up smaller than what it was before they did the refurbishment. That was the Brief Encounter in central London. It was that struggle that opened. It was packed for a couple of nights, and then it died. They went elsewhere. They didn't like it. Don't upset the customers. Then there was a place in the East End, the Black Horse. Lovely manager bloke there, and it was very old. There was a stage right at the front. It had soft seating, with a foam hanging out because someone's ripped the thing and all that business. They closed it, they gutted it, they reopened it. Flat grey walls, wooden chairs and tables. The first night, packed. Then they never came back. They didn't like it. Off they went. Closed within 9 months. That's 1, 2, 3. There's another one. Oh, no. I can think of the Two Brewers in Clapham. They mucked that one up. They mucked it up. They swapped it. That's in like 2 parts. So the stage was one side, the thing was the other, and they swapped them over. Well, it was empty within a couple of weeks. Fortunately, they moved it back. No, they didn't do it. The company didn't do it. The manager at the time, his name was Ian, who I got on very well with, decided to move it back again. And we, as staff members, had to go in with bits of wood and wires and things and put it all back as it was before because no one was coming in anymore. Absolutely ruined it. And there's one other, and I can't think what it is now. So Brief Encounter, Penny Farthing, Brewers, Black Horse. There was another one. No, I can't think of the other one. But the times I've seen places that have been ticking over nicely, they come in, bring the architects, do it all up, and they completely and utterly ruin it and remove all the character in there. And then no one goes, oh, it's closed. Oh, let's build another block of flats. That's what we'll do. Good morning, Andy Baker. Morning, Andy. Julian used to do the Penny Farthing. Yes, you did it with me, Julian. I remember. Julian Clark is a professional hypnotist. You are in my eyes. Watch my eyes. Don't look anywhere else. You will do everything you tell me to. Yes, £20,000, please. I seem to have this figure in my mind of 20,000. Have you noticed that? Whenever we're talking about money, it's always £20,000. Anne-Marie, it was ruined, wasn't it? It was ruined. And Anne-Marie was at trade as well. Were you with trade with me? I can't remember now. Alan says, I'm trying to think of a weekly show that used to be on Sundays around tea time. Was it called The Good Old Days? Yes, there was. It was indeed called The Good Old Days, and they re-show that on on BBC 4, I think. Quite often you can see that, BBC 4, with The Good Old Days, all right there. Good. Right. Oh, a couple of messages. Let me have a look there. That's it. Heidi, what do you want, Heidi? Hurry up, open the phone line. No phone line open today, darling. You'll have to wait for one of the nighttime shows for our phone line because we've been chatting here for an hour now and I want to have my dinner soon. I can't believe it's 25 to 1 already. Where's the time go? I shall be watching another episode of Mr. Selfridge today. I'm coming towards the end of that. Good. What else have we got here? Good news, boys and girls. Are you looking for a job? Are you looking... Oh, look, thank you, Andy. If he ever wants, I'll pay £20,000 to come to a pub near me for karaoke. I'll do that, Andy. £20,000 sounds a reasonable wage for me. Is that cash in hand? Is it cash in hand or is it bank transfer? Because if it's bank transfer, I'll have to put something on the top. NHS, do you want to work for the NHS? And you fancy delivering babies? Look at this. This is on the BBC website this morning. NHS, more than 3,000 places on midwifery are to be created over the next 4 years in England as part of plans to meet NHS staffing demands. The government has announced a 25% boost in training places, which it said has amounted to the largest ever increase in NHS midwives and maternity staff. It follows a similar plan for nurses, which were announced last year. The Royal College of Midwives welcomed the move, but said training more midwives was only half the problem. So there's a job for someone there, boys and girls. Who wants to deliver babies? Babies! Oh my God, the mess! If I thought my kitchen was bad enough, God knows what are babies delivered in beds? Are they delivered in beds? Or are you on some sort of plastic thing? Oh, I can just... what are babies like? Because I've never seen one. What are babies like? When they first come out, I just assume they're covered in all sorts of nasty secretions. Do they smell bad as well? Is there like a smell? Come on, ladies, help me out here. I've never ever seen a baby delivered, only on the telly. Oh, I don't think I'll be applying for that job. I mean, do you get to wear rubber gloves or what? How does that work? Do babies smell bad when they come out? Do you have to stick them straight under a shower? I want to know what it's like when a baby comes out. It must be really dirty and messy and smelly, I would imagine. Is it? Anyone know? Come on, help me out, girls. What's a baby like when it comes out? How awful. Oh dear. Reminds me of that curry I had the other day. You know, remember I was cooking a curry? I was trying another curry in my slow cooker, and I'm for some reason I'm not good at doing it. It's the second time I've tried now. And it was a big slow cooker, like my one. You know, the large slow cookers. I've got a really large one, and excuse me, it's like this. So the smell, it just doesn't smell right. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with that. It smells awful. I've smelt beef curries. They do a curry at a vegetable curry. I think they do different curries actually at Central Station where I do the karaoke on Mondays and Fridays. And it smells lovely when it comes down, or you can get a waft of the smell when it's coming from someone else's table. I had the vegetarian curry one in there a couple of times, really nice. But my one just smells, it's awful. And it's twice, I've tried it twice now. This time I really reduced the amount of spices that I used. But still it stunk. So I thought, well, I'll have to have some. I had a portion with some rice. And I managed to eat it. And then I went back outside. I put the plates out. I thought, oh, no, I can't eat this. A great big thing. So usually I'd have that over the next few days and then freeze some. I got this. I picked the whole thing up and chucked it away. It was awful. So I'm doing something with I chucked all the curry away. Yesterday, Friday, we had an afternoon, it wasn't an afternoon tea, it was like an afternoon get-together that they have up the sports centre where I go to. I go to the Hilton Hotel, the LivingWell, and they've got like a gym, which I don't use, and a swimming pool, which is what I go for. I go for the swimming pool. And about 4 or 5 times a year, they have this get-together in the afternoon for all the members, which is quite nice. And a lovely spread. You got tea. The only thing is the tea isn't done with boiling water. They've got this flask there, and you have to help yourself. And pushing this, and it just tastes right. Next time I'll make a flask of tea. See, tea, you can't make it with not boiling water. It's got to be boiling water. Now, if you want to make the tea with boiling water and then pour that into a flask, that's okay. That works. But if you don't put boiling water on those tea leaves, it just tastes disgusting. And that's what they did. So we put up with the tea. But they had all sandwiches and cakes and scones. Oh. Do you know how many sins there are in a scone? They are the worst thing, scones. I love them. I had 2. I had a raisin scone. I think it was raisin or sultana scone and a plain one with clotted cream and jam. So we had that on Friday. That was very, very nice. like our afternoon teas. So I'd love to meet. The whole afternoon tea thing. It's all very well going around with my mate, and me and him have a good time. But I'd love to be able to meet up with people in London and perhaps go for an afternoon tea or something like that. Now, I did do it once with my friend Ashley. I don't think he's with us today. Ashley, who you may have seen pop up here sometimes. He watches the show, Ashley Washel. And I met him in Harrods for an afternoon tea once. And that was nice. But it's just such an effort getting in. Now, when I go with my mate, he's got a disabled badge, you see. So he don't mind driving in, because I can't stand driving in London during the daytime. It does my head in. It's bad enough at night. You know, karaoke on Friday. That took us another 2 hours. 2 hours and 15 minutes it took me to get to work on Friday. That's how long it takes. And it's every single night now. Every time I go to London for work, I go over to North London, it's a minimum of 2 hours. 1 hour 50 to 2 hours 15, somewhere in between there. Never used to be like that. This has happened in the last few months, in the last 4 months. I don't know why it is. It's taking over 2 hours to get to work sometimes. So you don't want to do it if you don't have to. And to get into London to do an afternoon tea, I was talking to my friend Alan. Alan, who comes in the pub, and sometimes he sings. He doesn't sing very often. Very good looking lad. He's the one who wears the tight T-shirts. Tight T-shirt Alan, I call him. And you know, I'd like to meet up with him for an afternoon, to take him for an afternoon tea, or many of the other people, non-Irish Mary, Maureen. I'd love to meet up for an afternoon tea in London, but it's such an effort to get there. You know, for a 2 o'clock afternoon tea, I'd have to be getting a train here at 11. No point in trying to drive in and find a parking space. No point at all, unless you've got a disabled thing, and even then, he's driving around with his disabled badge. We can't find a disabled space for love of money. And I'd love to go back into London, you know, to do afternoon teas and things. But it's just such an effort to get there. I have to leave here 11 o'clock in the morning, at least, to get there for 2 o'clock. And then you have a nice time, you know, for 2 hours, sitting there drinking tea, eating sandwiches and cakes. And then the journey back again, you see, which comes back with with all the in the rush hour, with loads of people milling around all over the place. So it's a shame, really. It's a shame. Andy says if men had babies, the population boom would die out. It probably would. Anne says babies smell lovely when they come out, do they? It hurts, believe me. Now I've got the thing, Anne. Like, for those men who are watching the show today, if you want to know what it's like, similar to having a baby, the pain. Okay, I've got a thing here which I mentioned the other day, which you can try. Go and get yourself a load of Imodium, or the stuff that you're supposed to take if you've got, you know, if you're having a bit of a flush through. Do you know what I mean? Go and get yourself a load of Imodium, block yourself up, and then try and go. That's like having... It's like having terrible constipation. It really has. I suffered that for years, I have. It's not so bad now, though, since I went on the special powder that the doctor gives me. Good morning to Mark Jones. Morning, Mark. Lee Marshall's there. He's on Gorgeous FM. I think it's Gorgeous FM you're on, Lee, aren't you? I think I had your boss was watching earlier on. I don't know if he's still with us today. So there you go. Try that one. Block yourself up with Imodium. And that's similar to having a baby, like. Andrew says someone said it's like going to the loo. Is it really? Good morning, Ryan. Welcome to the show, Ryan. Friday night, we had one of the fantastic karaoke we had on Friday night. Now, I always say to you, it's not about whether or not you're a good singer or not. It's about having a go. But my God, there were some good singers on Friday. I had on Friday night the most singers that we've ever had. Now, that sounds good, doesn't it? But not necessarily, and I'll tell you why. We had 36 singers on Friday, which I think is the most singers I've ever had at a karaoke night. The trouble is, if you've got 36 singers, then if you've put 2 songs in, 36 people have to sing, or 35 people have to sing, before you sing again. So each song is about 4 minutes. So it's 36 times 4. So you're waiting 2.25, 2.5 hours before you get your second song in. And it can work the other way, you see. You can become a victim of your own success with a karaoke night. Your ideal number of singers is probably about 17. That's your ideal amount of singers. 25 if people are starting to wait and they come, oh, when am I on next? And you're like, oh, well, there's 15. 15? Can you put me up the list? No, I can't. It's not fair on everyone else. It really isn't. And that's, you see, so having 36 singers is a bit of a struggle. Yes, it's busy. Everyone has a good time. But if you're there for singing a lot, then it's not going to happen, I'm afraid. So, 36 is a great number, great night. But I wouldn't like that to happen too often because it can put other people off who want to sing a lot, Oh, good. Mary, I think. Mary, non-Irish Mary. She's not with us this morning, I don't think. Non-Irish Mary from Ireland. She was the highlight of the night with Tequila. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Tequila. Yes. We like tequila from Mary. There's only 3 words. Mary's got a bit of a trouble with her voice at the moment, so she can only do songs with 3 words in them. Tequila, tequila, and tequila. So I fill in the bits while she's singing with a little bit of chat on the microphone. Good laugh, good laugh. Next karaoke, boys and girls, is tomorrow night. That's Monday night at Central Station, Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. There's a poster there, a little poster there as well. That's the karaoke tomorrow if you want to come and join us. Central Station Bar, Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. Monday night, 8 till 11:30 with cheap drinks as well. Okay. Right. Let's do today's birthdays, and I'm going to go down and do my dinner. And yesterday's as well, because we've got to do yesterday's birthdays. Happy birthday today to the delightful Tony Freddie Lee. And it's a lovely picture of him and his little baby there. Happy birthday, Tony. 27 years old today. Hope you're well. Tony Freddie Lee, happy birthday, my good friend. Scott Samuel Dukes is 29 years old today. Constantine, I haven't seen you for ages. Happy birthday, Constantine. Jan, is it Jan or Jan? Jan Christian Zagers, happy birthday. Tony John Wilson, 27 years old today. Hang on, that might be you, Tony, I'm not sure. No, is that another Tony? No, it's another Tony. Tony John Wilson, also 27 today. Happy birthday, Tony. Janaka. You used to come to karaoke at Belushi's London Bridge. Always remember you, my friend. Another one. 31 years old today. 31 years old today for you. Happy birthday. Jeremy Beckodsway is 36 today. Life begins at 40. Only another 4 years to wait, sir. Happy birthday, Jeremy. Delores Van Cartier. Happy birthday to you. And Don Stevens. It's his birthday as well today. Happy birthday, Don. On yesterday's birthdays, because we weren't here yesterday, so we'll do yesterday's as well. Chris Moses, who runs a very successful computer type things he does. Happy birthday to you, Chris. He writes programs. And Chris Moses, those of you that use Radio Server Player, RSP, he wrote that. Very talented man with computer. 37 today. Happy birthday, Chris Moses. Domonic Mutua is 52 years old today. Very young, Mutua. Still younger than me. Happy birthday, Dominic. Bertie Ween is 23 years old yesterday, or was. Chris Strickland was a young, very, very young Chris, 56 years old yesterday, just a year ahead of me. Happy birthday, Chris. John Boyce, 48 years old yesterday. Jim McGurk, happy birthday for yesterday. Colin Stevens, who does... Let me think. Offshore Music Radio. Offshore Music Radio. Happy birthday, Colin, for yesterday. 62 yesterday. Kevin Lane, young, 42. Remember the Black Cap days. Happy birthday, Kevin. Annie Mills, who's a wonderful lady. She's a singer. I think she was managing a couple of boy bands as well at some point. I'm sure you were, Annie. Happy birthday to Annie Mills, who I've worked with a few times. Again, in the Black Cap. Lovely, bubbly, nice voice, singing away. Happy birthday. And Michael Phoenix. It was his birthday as well yesterday. So happy birthday to you all, gang. Let's sing you a song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday say to you. Enjoy your day, all of you. I just missed a little bit out of Andrew's message from earlier on the subject of how can you describe having a baby. And I missed out the bottom line there. Andrew says, someone says it's like going to the loo and parting with a fridge. I hope that you won't be providing videos of that, sir. All right? That's it today. Thanks very much. I'm going to go and do my lunch now and watch a bit of Mr. Selfridge. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow morning around about 9:15 or 9:30 tomorrow morning for our chat show. And, of course, Upload Radio at 10 o'clock UK time. That's at 10 o'clock plus 1 hour GMT, dear. British summer time. We'll be getting an extra hour in bed today instead to make up with it. Go on, have a kip in the afternoon. See you soon. Bye-bye.